Auto insurance can sometimes seem like a foreign language. It's full of confusing terms, different prices, and we're often forced to make decisions about our coverage without really understanding what we're agreeing to. In today's Injuries Are Personal with Reynolds Law, attorney Carl Reynolds joins us via Skype to explain how a new Florida law is designed to help consumers. Hey, Carl, good to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you.
So this is a law I bet a lot of people had no idea just went into effect. It mandates that insurance companies provide a loss run report to consumers when it's requested. I was immediately confused. What is a loss run report?
Loss run report is basically your claims history with that insurance company, or not necessarily your own claim history, but that policy number claim history. So if anyone in the household that's insured or any of the insured vehicles were involved in some sort of claim, it allows you to get the report that reflects what those claims were over a 5-year period.
Okay, now why is that important? Why is that something that I would want to see?
Well, a lot of insurance companies base their rates on your claims history and your driving record. So much like a consumer credit report, where certain companies will make decisions based on your credit worthiness, and you have the right then to request your credit report to make sure that it's accurate and there are no discrepancies in there. Same thing here. You have the right then to look at your loss report and make sure that there's no claims on there that are inappropriate. They weren't really your car. There's some sort of mistake there, and just to make sure that everything is as it should be, so that the insurance companies are using accurate information to base your insurability on.
So when you start to look at different insurers and, compare price, coverage and things like that, there's so much variation. Do you think this will help control that a little bit, or at least help make us better shoppers?
I think so, and I think it makes it more transparent. If an insurance company says it's based on your claims history, you have the right to then pull up your claims history and dispute anything that is inaccurate. One rule of thumb, and I'll be in hot water with insurance companies, but that's nothing new, I guess, is that you ought to shop your insurance at least annually, okay? And the reason why is insurance is a highly competitive market, and they'll work hard to get your business. But once they have your business, they don't always, we all have seen it, typically your rates don't just magically go down. They incrementally go up over time, even if no claims are made. And another insurance company may be willing to offer you a much better rate. So you ought to shop it just to see what's available. I'm not saying you necessarily have to change your insurance company every year, but you ought to shop it every year just to make sure you're getting the best rates.
All right, we appreciate that consumer advice, that's for sure. And one thing I know you mentioned when you and I were chatting, it's not just our driving record that goes into maybe the rates we're seeing from an insurance company. What else should we be keeping an eye on?
Well, believe it or not, insurance companies use your credit worthiness and your credit score as a determining factor on your insurability. And if they make an adverse decision based on that, they're required by law to tell you that. Now, you get volumes and reams of paperwork when you apply for insurance, and so you need to read through that to see if they maybe put you in a higher risk category, because each insurance company, especially the big ones, Allstate, State Farm, Progressive, Geico, they have subsets of insurance. It's not just Geico, or State Farm, it's State Farm Automobile, and it's State Farm Mutual, and it's different companies under the umbrella of the big names. And some of those subsets are considered higher risk, and therefore they carry with it higher premiums. You pay more for them. So if that is a reason why you were put in those categories was based on either your driving record or your credit report, you ought to pull those reports. And that's what this new law says, is you're allowed to get the report. They can't charge you for it, and they have to provide it to you within 15 days.
Well, and we knew we were supposed to pull our credit reports anyway, but I got to tell you, Carl, it kind of seems like double punishment here. Okay, maybe I'm not good managing my credit, but now I have to pay more for car insurance on top of it?
Yeah, they've done studies, and there's a correlation, I think, between claims and credit worthiness. And so that's one of the determining factors. It's not the most important necessarily, and each company weights it differently. That's why I say you ought to shop it annually, because credit scores also fluctuate, and so may the rates depending on the company that you look to. But now we have the right as consumers to order our loss report, and that's important too, to make sure it's accurate.
All right, some good advice there, both from the consumer standpoint of shopping for insurance and knowing that you have the right to know what the companies know about you as well. For more information about any legal questions, you can go to injuriesarepersonal.com. We'll be right back.